What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to episode number 215 of the Nonsense Review, aka 9 Days in Hours.
That's kinda cool.
It's also the amount of time spent reading aloud consecutively. Don't ask me how the fuck that works, because I don't believe it.
Yeah, that's, I'm assuming that's some kind of Guinness record.
It is a Guinness record, but they don't really explain how, because that means staying awake and constantly reading aloud for 9 days straight, which I'm not saying someone can't do that, but it's not healthy.
No, it's not. And there's a limit to how much information you'll be taking on when you're reading aloud for 9 days straight.
It was set by a Nigerian man in 2024, and I didn't write his name down because I can't pronounce it.
Sure.
But it's one of those where, this is why I really hate the Guinness Book of Records, because they say, here's the record for this, but they don't actually specify the exact parameters. Now, you can challenge for this record. I'm not going to, but...
No.
It's one of those weird ones where there's no caveats or nothing, so it doesn't say, it does say 9 days straight, but can you take piss breaks? Do you have to keep reading while you're taking a piss or a shit? Are you allowed to eat? There's nothing put on this.
Yeah, like the non-stop part, like, assumes that you probably, are allowed to stop for like a few seconds every minute to do something, like, I don't know,
breathe,
eat or swallow, breathe. Like, breathing is the standard. Like, you can breathe in between sentences. Yes,
and if you listen to our podcast is unedited, you can hear both of us breathe a lot.
Yeah, including during that sentence right there.
Oh, yeah. It's really funny. It's something I've only picked up on because I edit the podcast, Rick. You and I laugh very differently, and I don't mean that by the sound. When we laugh, I take a breath before I laugh, you take a breath after.
Yeah, all right.
It's not something you'll ever notice unless you're fucking working with audio.
Yeah, I get it, yeah, because, like, for me, the laugh just happens, and then I reload.
But yes, I'm your host, as always, Devon, and joining me equally, as always, is Rick.
Hello, everyone.
Today we're doing something special, because it kind of only just came out. We're doing the Gaslight District pilot, which is a new show by Glitch. It came out on the 18th of April, which, as of recording, is exactly 1 week ago, and has just over 10 million views. Don't know about you, Rick, but that's pretty respectable.
It does. It is very respectable. It had like 3 million when you recommended this to me. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do it.
When I checked 2 days ago to get the link, it only had 7 million views. So, you know, this is one of the few times...
meteoric rise.
Oh, absolutely. But it's also Glitch. No offense, not to take anything away from this accomplishment. They do good pilots.
They do.
They do generate a lot of interest. Today we'll be effectively watching an indie show, which we know isn't going to be just a pilot. This has been incredibly successful already.
Yeah. And yeah, like, let's have a look. Amazing Digital Circus, 372 million.
And then the other big one's obviously Murder Drones, which we know was very successful and actually wrapped up not too long ago.
Yeah, Murder Drones, 66 million.
Damn.
So, yeah, Amazing Digital Circus is twice as popular as Murder Drones.
I must admit, I don't know a lot about the Gaslight District. One thing I do know is say hello once again to Michael Kovac.
Yeah!
The top comment is just, one of the top comments just says, alright, we have a new indie show. Michael Kovac, son of a bitch, I'm in. He does do a lot of voice work for these indie shows.
He does.
Yeah. The only other thing I know is what I've seen from the screenshot of the preview image, and boy does this give off very Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas vibes, at least artistically.
It does. Yeah, like, I saw this and I'm like, man, I'm already digging the art style.
Yeah, I will say, because of the amount of subreddits I'm on that cater towards adult audiences, I have already seen Rule 34 art of that one girl character with a massive dick for some reason.
Yeah.
It's how the internet be. Anyway, that's about all the background information I have on this. Again, it's very much brand new, and I'm not going to dive into the background of Glitch as a company because, you know, their pedigree speaks for themselves at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
With that being said, we've effectively been away for 2 weeks. We pre-recorded last week's episode and we only had a hypothetical, so we've got 2 weeks of news to catch up upon. So yeah, those of you unfamiliar with the podcast probably know this. Scrape that, reverse it. Those of you unfamiliar with this podcast probably don't know, but what we like to do before we jump into the react and the review itself is talk about our weeks and the goings-on in the Wild Ride universe. With that in mind, Rick, how's your week been, buddy?
Well, you guys came and visited, so we did a couple of things together. The one that actually stands out most to me is the museum that we went to. Well, we went to 2 museums. One of them was shit. The other one I thought was actually pretty cool. The Industrial Museum in Bradford is a really cute little, like oldie worldy window into the past, and I thought it was rather well furnished.
It was pretty cool. The only problem is like it's a 50-50 split between here's some working mechanisms from 1962, and here's some vehicles. And the unfortunate reality is I live right next door to Brooklyn's museum, more or less. And if you want to talk about looking at old timey vehicles, it's got it beat, I'm afraid.
It does a little bit, yeah. Like they had a lot of like locally built like British cars and stuff, but yeah, it's nothing compared to where they were actually, developed.
Another thing is that on the car journey home, the guy I was with that joined us on this trip said, by the way, that museum had a second floor that we just skipped, and I was like, what?
Oh yeah, we were kind of rushing to meet another friend.
Well, I had no idea we skipped an entire fucking floor.
Yeah, I saw the thing and was like, yeah, we promised to be 45 minutes away in 30 minutes. Let's quietly save that for next time. But other than that, it's like the most pleasantly surprised I've been in the local area for quite some time. Other things we've done, me and my folks finished watching Vox Machina, or are up to date with it as it will get for the moment. They've wrapped up season 3, and season 4 is coming, but also series 2 is also coming, where they're starting the second campaign. Season 3 was, I believe, Lance Reddick's last voice role before he passed away.
Yeah, that sounds correct.
And he's in it right until like 2 episodes before the end. And yeah, his character gets one additional appearance where it's voiced by a different voice actor, not only because the character is dead, but also being possessed.
Right. So we've got a Chuckles the Clown situation. Got it.
Yeah. But after that, we started watching the Skeleton Crew show.
Yeah, I've not touched this. It's one of those weird ones where it really is on my to-do list, but one, I know it's catered towards a younger audience, and two, they didn't advertise it very well at all.
No, they didn't. It's really weird early on because it feels very sanitized. It feels exactly like you would expect Disney to do Star Wars early on.
I gotta be honest with you, it's the vibe I got from the one trailer I saw.
Yeah, it's Star Wars Goonies. And, like, I'm kind of digging it. We're 2 episodes in so far. Episode 1 is the biggest whiplash. Episode 2 is just kind of more of the same. And it's, like, so far it's been kind of fun.
I mean, that's about the highest bar I could have expected you to set for this show.
Yeah.
It's remarkably competent.
Yes, it's competent, and I don't hate it. I'm also really liking the, I think it's a Notoloan, not Notoloan, that's Kit Fisto. Autolan, the little elephant guy.
Sure.
The little elephant child friend is really cute. He's Elephant Millhouse, he's great. And another thing that I've been doing, like in between, I've not gotten very far with it, but Alpha Red team came out with a Pokemon version of Mario, or a Mario version of Pokemon.
I was going to say, that makes way more sense than the other thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you play as Mario, Luigi is your partner and rival, and the starters are a Bob-omb, a Piranha Plant, and a Bloop. And I picked the Piranha Plant because there's very little thing that's more iconic than that. I've not gone very far, but it's incredibly charming. There's apparently 151, Mario Mons. I think they call them captures in this.
It really bothers me that they've done this, and yet they can't fucking get their hand... No one can do a decent Digimon Pokemon hack.
Yeah. Well, this one's apparently been in the work for 3 years, and you can tell there's a lot of love gone into this. Even down to the dialogue, it's very on brand for how a lot of the characters would behave.
I get you.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more of this. And that's pretty much it. I've not seen anything in the world other than that we have 2 imminent Hololive graduations in Nanashi Mume and Gargura.
I thought Mume already graduated.
She says she was going to, and then if she's already graduated, then I missed the graduation stream. But I think she's still imminent.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, it's a funny one because a lot of the HoloLive fan bases are like, it's okay, Mume's not really gone because Guru and Mume are the same person, and then Guru also announced her retirement, and it's like, oh no, Mume or Gooby.
Yeah. No hi between either of them. Oh man.
Yeah, this is a weird one because I don't follow I don't follow VTubers in general. When I see VTubers, it's because 1, Rick's linked something, 2, they've got a very amusing short out, 3, it's a fan animation, 4, it's like a compilation that has accidentally played because I left YouTube open.
Yeah.
And a lot of the HoloLive fans on Reddit, when they made the announcement, were like, we're not that surprised because Guru's been like apparently working overtime for the last month and a half, getting collaborations in.
Yeah. So it'll be they'll be sorely missed, and it's just a real end of an era with Guru in particular going, because she's still the most subscribed English VTuber in the world.
Well, it's also one of those where Guru is the one that put that. Okay, I'm not trying to bury anyone here. It's just a fact. Guru seems to be like the normie VTuber. Does that make sense?
I guess so. Yeah, like anybody can just like kind of enjoy that.
That's not even what I mean. I mean, if someone who isn't interested in VTubing or HoloLive or in the like weeaboo zeitgeist, if they're going to be subscribed or aware of one VTuber, it's probably going to be Gura.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's all I meant.
But yeah, she's also been able to resurrect her previous life, as it were, Senzawa.
Yeah, this screams to me that she's going to keep streaming, which good. Another bit of tidbit that came up is Ame joined for a fucking stream not too long ago.
She did, yeah. Apparently, like, too many people were like not able to join Kiara's live, but Ame was. So Ame came back for a little appearance on one of Kiara's streams recently.
But it does set precedent for, yes, people can still have like guest returns for like a day or two.
Yeah, well, Ame in particular said that she was going to be able to do that with the being an affiliate. This just so happens to be the first time that she has.
Okay, sure.
Meanwhile, Fauna very definitely graduated rather than became affiliate.
Oh, Fauna burnt those bridges. Well, I wouldn't say Fauna burnt the bridges. I think HoloLive burnt the bridges and Fauna was like, fine, I hope you fuckers die.
Yeah, and speaking of, she's also got her full model. Nimi Nightmare got the full model like this week.
So is she independent or did she join another crew?
She's independent, and
Gotcha.
I've been watching her play Elden Ring, and it's been rather cute.
A lot of fucking VTubers fucking stream Elden Ring, and it's one of the reasons why I can't get into VTubers. If there is a bandwagon game, and that's what Elden Ring is as far as streaming is concerned, in my opinion. For a while it was Dark Souls and Bloodborne. From Software games are just really popular for people to just watch.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it. So it's very difficult to watch VTubers because they tend to own, especially when there are these big groups like HoloLive and VShojo, like they're told by their management, this game's popular, you need to be playing this game because we want eyes and we want money.
Yeah, I think Callie is the exception in that she like legitimately wants to go and do these things. Like she specifically asks for permissions from the companies to do these. And it's a weird one where in Japan you need permission from a company to stream something if you're a large enough company, because otherwise they can copyright claim.
Okay, but Japan's fucked.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Callie in particular goes out on and like specifically asks for permissions for FromSoft stuff. And these things have expiry dates as well, so you can't just get permission and then be able to stream it at any point. You just get like, okay, you have permission for 1 month. Okay,
but I don't care that Callie is really enthusiastic about the game. I'm sick of watching these games.
Okay.
It's got nothing to do with the enthusiasm level of the people playing it. It's how many times do you want to see fucking Velstat get murdered? Once, okay.
I find it entertaining, but
I'm not criticizing. I'm not criticizing people who like it. I'm just saying I don't care for it.
Sure. But yes, that's pretty much it for me, what I've seen, what I've done. How about you? What have you seen? Where have you been?
Well, Rick, obviously I watched the Minecraft movie.
Oh, yeah. I watched that like a week before you did.
Yeah, so we can now talk about it on the podcast, because I told you not to spoil anything. As if you fucking could anyway.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, they play Minecraft in the movie, pretty much.
There is no plot here. The writing is terrible. No wonder why I think it's the director who's been going, oh yeah, it's great that this meme's happening with the popcorn throwing. No wonder why he's like that, because his movie's shit.
Yep.
He should be fucking embarrassed that he made this.
I think they didn't go far enough in either direction, either to mass market appeal or focusing on the kid aspect.
Oh no, this is mass fucking market. That's why it's so bland and boring and generic.
Yeah.
This film was not written by a writer. This film was written by a fucking board of directors.
Yep. A film written by committee. And that's at best.
The only saving grace of this movie is we get 20 minutes of Jason Momoa and Jack Black being fucking dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
And even that is ruined by the fact that the writing still has to exist, and it sucks.
And like the closest thing we have to a fun villain is that one like Team Rocket pig who gets killed.
If it wasn't, listen, I was convinced for like 5 minutes that was fucking I've forgotten his name, the other Tenacious D bloke, Phil Glass.
Oh, Kyle Gass, yeah.
Kyle Gass, that's it. Because if this was a couple of years ago before they broke up the band over that stupid fucking Trump incident, then it definitely would have been.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, this movie's not good. I spent 13 quid on my ticket. It's 13 quid, not well spent. That's a fucking hour and like 5 minutes work to watch the Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth it.
No. Yeah, I also spent a similar amount.
Don't watch it.
I didn't even go on a cheap day.
It's one of these really annoying things where they announced not too long ago that, Minecraft 2 is already in the works because it made a shit zillion dollars, and I'm like... I explicitly watched this to hate watch it because I knew it was going to be terrible, but I thought it would be better than that.
I was hoping, like, worst case scenario, it would just be a mid Jack Black movie, and it's kind of like a bad Jack Black movie.
It's not even a Jack Black movie. Jack Black's just in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing redeeming. Well, I've already said the one redeeming factor, and that's the
bromance, yes.
I want a 2-hour movie of Jason Momoa and Jack Black being fucking nerds.
Yeah. they were roommates.
If you want. Doesn't have to be romantic. But yeah, it's not a good movie. I wouldn't recommend it. The CGI is terrible. The acting is crap apart from the two aforementioned actors. Matt Berry's cameo at the end was incredibly funny for no reason.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Stifler's mum just like doing testificate voice. That's the only funny thing, really. It's what I can remember as something that actually amused me.
The only other thing that jumps out because our mutual friend wouldn't shut up about it is the best joke of the movie was, I yearned for the mines. And I'm like, that's the best joke? Really? That's damning, sir.
Yeah.
Anyway, Minecraft movie, bad movie. Don't watch it.
Yep.
Rick, the Oblivion remake fucking came out of nowhere. It got leaked like 3 or 4 days beforehand. But, it just fucking came out immediately on Game Pass, so fucking people on that are eating well. This game's really good.
Yeah, I've not bought it. I might give it a go. I never played Oblivion when it was new.
Hey, guess what? Oblivion's fucking great, and screw the haters. It's not changed that much.
Yeah.
I bought this game immediately because I was kind of saving money specifically because I didn't know it was coming out because you can never 100% trust leaks, but the leaks were so concise. It's like, this has to be fucking happening. So I made sure to have I actually made sure to have 70 quid because I was for sure like, this game's probably going to be expensive. 50 quid price tag. What the fuck?
Yeah. And apparently they sent free keys to everyone who was on the Sky Oblivion team.
They did, because, that's what good game companies do. I know it's purely a PR move, but it's a fucking good one to make.
Yeah, I think someone in the PR team internally just went, do not touch these people. Do not come after them.
Oh, they couldn't go after them anyway. Like, Bethesda games live off of their modding community.
Yeah, and Sky Oblivion were already using original assets rather than ones that were recycled from the Bethesda stuff.
And it's also one of those, another weird one is, if you wanted to play the mod, you had to own both games.
Yes.
So, win-win for Bethesda. And Bethesda was only selling regular Oblivion for a tenner anyway.
Yeah, true.
Like, say what you want about Bethesda, their games games do come down in price.
They do.
Much like Yakuza games. If you want to buy Yakuza when it's not on sale, the older games are like £12.
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, they also did release an overall DLC pack, which of course includes horse armor.
It's not a deal. It's called the Deluxe Edition, which everything comes with a Deluxe Edition nowadays. And yes, everybody who for those of you who aren't old enough, Oblivion's a damn near 20-year-old game. I want to say it's like 19 years, but it's close enough. It basically had the first DLC more or less, and that was horse armor.
Yeah.
And everyone bitched about it then, and they bitch about it now. But it's very funny to include it as a DLC in the remake.
Yeah. Yeah. DLC, the way that it is now, essentially started back then. Like, before that, DLC was expansions. And it just so happened to be originally an expansion that you would buy as a separate disc. And then when the internet was just that little bit better and a little bit more robust, they started selling them as just live patches. But yeah, you didn't get really kind of microtransactions until the horse armor.
And even then, this is not a microtransaction like you know it today.
No. No, it's not an RNG drop.
But yeah, it was very funny to include that. I've played about 5 hours of this game. I haven't gotten very deep into it. Like, it's only been out for a few days, and I've been doing other things with my life. Yeah, the game looks fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks really good. It feels fantastic. As I said, I played for about 5 hours. I've done Kvatch. I've escorted Martin to the Cloud Temple place, and I'm now doing a bunch of other quests. This is a really well done remake because 1, the game is beautiful, and 2, it's beautiful, but they've kept the weird fucking art style sort of intact when it comes to NPCs.
Yeah, so Bethesda face is kind of still strong, but like I've seen like a picture of like an orc, and the orcs actually look really good in this.
The characters look great. There's some characters that had really silly appearances in the original game, and they've kept those, like the fanboy for beating the gladiator quest.
Oh, Onion Man, yeah.
Yeah, he looks fucking ridiculous, and it's great. And they haven't changed any of the dialogue. All of the stupid fucking conversation. It's really charming. Oblivion was lambasted with praise back in the day for the way they treated NPCs, and nowadays it's really jank the way they do it, and it doesn't feel good. But it's really refreshing overhearing these dumb conversations NPCs are scripted to have.
Yeah. Do they have the mistakes in as well still?
Yes.
Ah, okay. So they were the one where the guy just does the same line again because he goes, oh, let's do that again.
In fact, the guys who made the game, the team that worked on it, were very meticulous in that they purposefully left bugs in.
Sweet. I think there's also another one where one of the guys who does like 2/3 of the voices, like changes character mid-line.
Yeah, that can happen. That's great. Yeah, a lot of bugs got left in on purpose because, hey, back in the day, bugs were a treasure.
Yeah. And it reminds me of that one where Halsing goes from like being really quiet to really loud in the same sentence.
That's fair. But yeah, the only complaint I have is I think Morrowind should have gotten this treatment first. However, that is the weakest complaint to have.
Oh, totally.
The other thing I did, which I'm going to keep very hush-hush upon because I know you haven't do it, but you're going to, is I've watched the first 3 episodes of Andor.
Ah, yes. This apparently has a record-breaking IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes score. I can't remember which one, but like it's getting very high praise. And the fact that you've watched 3 episodes already means it's getting high praise from you, I'm assuming.
I mean, yeah, because I still haven't watched Daredevil, and that's high on my list. Next week you'll hear me say it. So I watched Daredevil, but yeah, Andor started off fucking hot off the bat. The very first piece of information we get is it's been a year between the end of last season and the beginning of this one, which means we have a confirmed, experienced Cassian.
Yeah, sweet.
Like Cassian knows what he's doing.
I gave my folks a choice: do you want to watch Star Wars or do you want to watch Marvel? And it was a case of do we want to start with Skeleton Crew or do we want to start with Daredevil, because we knew that Andor was coming soon and we didn't want to I wanted there to be enough Andor so that we could watch as much of it as we wanted when we wanted to watch it.
Absolutely, I get you. The thing with Andor is that 3rd episode, as soon as that episode is over, you're like, yeah, much like with their other Star Wars releases when they release more than 1 episode to start with, it's like, yeah, they had to.
Sure, yeah. So episodes 1, 2 and 3 basically make a movie on their own, right?
I wouldn't have described it that way myself, but now you've said it, yeah, that really does ring true.
Sure. Sweet.
Yeah. I'm going to keep my mouth shut then. There's plenty to talk about, but we'll probably just straight up do a retro on this.
Sweet.
Ready for some news?
Let's go.
Well, Rick, I'm only bringing it up because we release our episodes on it, but it's officially been 20 years since YouTube began.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 2005 it would have been, yeah.
I'm surprised this didn't come up because everyone's been saying it everywhere.
Yeah. I stick to certain parts of the internet, and if I don't open Chrome, I don't get the YouTube. I don't get the Google feed of stuff.
Fair enough, I suppose. But yeah, 20 years of YouTube. Obviously, it's a very different beast now to what it was when it first started.
Oh yeah, it wasn't Google back then either.
No, that got bought it's been like 10 years of Google, I think.
More than that, but yeah, I think it was like 2007 that it got Googled.
No, it wasn't that early.
You'd be surprised. But yeah, it was earlier than you think, but not immediately.
Yeah, if you say so. There's a really fucking quick and easy way to find this out, Rick. YouTube bought by Google. I'll just put YouTube Google when. That's good enough, right?
YouTube Google when?
2006. Fuck off.
Yeah, there we go. 2006 then.
Well, I generally thought it was more of a 50-50 split, not like an almost immediately. $1.65 billion, by the way. They've definitely made that back by now.
These days. Yeah, they probably make that back they probably make that back minimum every few months.
At this point, yeah. But anyway, yeah, YouTube's 20 years old. Good for them. Good for the people who created it, because they made bank off of that. The Mario Kart Direct happened. Everyone was underwhelmed because didn't fucking tell us anything we didn't already figure out.
Yeah.
It's like, we really think this game is worth the price tag. It's Mario Kart, but you can collect coins on the overworld. And everyone went, yay, fucking whoop. I was really excited for this Mario Kart, but they're really trying to hype it up, and it's nothing.
Yeah. It feels, I'm pretty sure it's going to be good, but they're giving us nothing.
No, they're given plenty of information. It's just the information isn't as groundbreaking as they think it is. Nintendo seems to think they're inventing all of these mechanics.
Yeah, fair enough.
When kart racers have had this since, Jesus Christ, Crash.
Yeah.
Rick, the Oscars have officially announced a new rule.
Oh?
From now on, voters must watch all nominated movies in a category before voting.
Oh, man.
Rick, I don't know about you, but did you not think this was already a qualification?
I thought this was already a rule.
So it turns out, basically every single Oscar that's ever happened, you can basically internally invalidate.
Yeah, you can just go, oh yeah, I don't care about this, I'm not watching it, and therefore not going to vote for it.
Also, this director took me out to dinner and gave me £1,000.
Yeah.
The Oscars don't mean anything, guys. I mean, they do, but they don't.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a weird sentence, but you know what I mean, right?
Like, here's the thing, I don't think that The Revenant is even Leonardo DiCaprio's best movie.
Oh no, that was a PR thing. They were like, oh, everyone's making these jokes about Leonardo never getting an Oscar. Let's make this the year. Oh, Revenant. Okay, that'll do, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you take into account that the fucking people didn't have to watch the movies in the category, then they could have just been influenced by people saying Leo deserves an Oscar.
Yeah.
Which is fucked.
Yeah, totally.
In comic book news, Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe has been announced. It's a mini-series consisting of 5 issues.
Sweet.
It's probably not going to be very good, but I will read it nonetheless.
Okay, no.
Alrighty, moving swiftly on. We got a teaser trailer for Predator Badlands.
Predator Badlands. Oh yeah, you got a new Predator, haven't we?
We have a new Predator in every Predator movie, Rick.
Okay, but you know, like, there's a new design for Predators.
Okay, yes and no. It seems Predator has existed as a comic book for a while. This appears to be based on a juvenile Predator. It's very weird because the teaser doesn't give us a lot to go off of.
Oakley dokley.
It feels like we're not going to watch the Predator against humans this time. It feels like we're going to watch an adolescent Predator on his first hunt on a world that's not Earth.
Sure, okay.
Now, I don't know if I'm correct on that assumption. That's just the vibe I get from the teaser trailer.
Sure.
But yes,
It'll be
anyway.
interesting to see. I've still only ever seen Alien vs. Predator the first.
It's not a good start.
No. It's not a good Alien movie, and it's not a good Predator movie.
I think it's a fun movie, but yeah, it's not.
It's fine. Like, it's a fine movie, but it's not a good representation of either.
Here's the funny thing about that is I watched that movie when I was on holiday with a couple of friends, and way after its initial release, and watching it, I'm like, man, this film is just trying its hardest to reference both Alien and Predator as much as possible,
while also being set in like a ziggurat in Antarctica.
Well, it's because like you've got one character going, man, you're one ugly motherfucker to an alien. It's like, oh, that's just quoting Arnie. funny, and one person is looked like, fucking, I forget the line, so I'm not going to go there. But yeah, anyway, just Rick, as a complete aside, we've obviously got the episode open for the for Gaslight, and it keeps drawing my attention because the fucking thumbs up counter keeps spinning.
Spinning thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen that happen to me as well now I've clicked onto it. But it seems to be spinning to the same number.
Well, it has to, because it has to go over 1,000 likes before it can change to 7.
Yeah.
But yes, anyway, Rick, the major story from the world is Pope Francis has died at the age of 88.
Ah, yes, a day after he met J.D. Vance.
Yes, on Easter Monday of all things, which is very bad timing for a Pope to die.
Yes. So yeah, they had to bust out the Pope hammer since.
Yeah, they did the Pope hammer, they made sure he's dead. We're currently in conclave mode, aren't we, where they're voting on who the next Pope shall be. They've got it narrowed down to a short list of like 300 people, which sounds like a lot, but it's not.
Yeah.
I had an interesting conversation with my mum about it, actually, because I don't care about Catholicism. I'm not Catholic. Even when I was baptised in the Church of England, so you know.
Yeah. I too am apparently C of E.
Apparently.
Yes, well, the church that I am from was C of E, and that was the school that I went to as well, because that's the kind of village that I grew up in.
I mean, I also grew up in a village, Rick.
But you know what I mean? Like the village has a church, and the school and the church hall are attached to the church.
Yes, in my case, every Wednesday, for some fucking reason, we'd get taken out of morning classes and taken to the church where we had to listen to a fucking sermon, because fuck knows we weren't going to church on a Sunday. Anyway, I digress. This is weird because this is the first time a pope's died and I've been conscious enough to realise it, because obviously the last pope didn't die as a pope.
Yeah, Palpatine, yeah.
Palpatine, fuck! It's so mean, but it's so true.
Yeah, so Palpatine retired. He's the first one to have done so in like living memory. The one before that was, I think it was Jean-Paul, and like he passed away in like 2006 or so.
Yeah, you're not supposed to quit being the pope. Like you're meant to get promoted, which means going to heaven.
Yeah, you're meant to stay as the pope until you piss and shit and dribble, and then die in office.
You gotta give credit to Francis. He definitely did that.
Yeah.
I won't say he'll be missed, because I still think the Catholic religion is monstrosity, and while Francis was a great PR guy, he was still a piece of shit.
I'm not touching that one, no.
Rick's not touching that. Oh, Rick is scared of the Catholics. In happier news, Star Wars Zero Company got revealed. This is the XCOM clone.
Yeah! So, like we said, like when I saw the screenshots, and I'm like, I described what XCOM looks like, and you said, yes, this is what XCOM does.
Yes. We saw a trailer which didn't show any gameplay, or, you know, the gameplay looked sus at best. It looked like gameplay that wasn't gameplay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I believe they've said that it's coming out next year.
Yes, 2026 is the release date, which, you know, isn't vague.
Well, I mean, fingers crossed.
Yeah, the trailer itself doesn't give a lot away. It's set during the Clone Wars, and you're meant to be a stealth unit, so that's how come you don't get to control hundreds of clones. It's also why, for some reason, we definitely are going to have access to Jedi units.
Yeah, we've got one OC Jedi.
Well, that's assuming that it's that you control this squad, and it isn't an XCOM type thing where you just have classes and you pick.
Yeah.
Go on.
So yeah, I'm assuming that you have, like, if you have something like a squad like that, then at least they can like inject some kind of story into it as beyond just, okay, this is the campaign that your gang is doing.
Yeah, but that's what I want though. This is the campaign that your gang happens to be doing. That's what I want from an XCOM.
You don't want Republic Commando zoomed in.
No. Okay. In my version of the game, Rick, you can fill in the blanks and have your own magical story.
You write your own book.
Rick, this is not a wrestling podcast.
What's happening?
Steve Mongo McMichael has passed away at 67 from ALS.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Mongo McMichael is an interesting case because he was very much a WCW guy, which isn't something I watched a lot. The main reason why I know about him is, first of all, he seemed like a genuinely nice guy behind the scenes, which for wrestlers is a rarity.
Yeah, totally.
The other thing is, like, there's a very famous clip of, like, some cowboy movie where someone just goes, "Never mind that shit, here comes Mongo!" And he just bursts in through the doors. It's so fucking funny. And the other thing is he was a commentator on WCW for a while because they didn't want to use him as a wrestler because he wasn't the best wrestler, at least at that time in his career. And because he was on commentary, he was just like, I'm just going to have my dog with me, and no one had the bollocks to tell him no.
Sure.
So he was just sat on commentary with this little chihuahua, and this guy was an ex-American footballer, so, like, he was fucking stacked.
Yeah, totally.
So this big, stacked, beefy fucking American footballer type was just sat on commentary while cuddling a little chihuahua.
Sweet.
I might be mistaking the breed, but it was a little dog, and that's what counts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, Rick, you tend to agree with me when, like, 67 is not... It seems like an old age when you're 20, but it's not an age to go at.
No, when you reach your 30s and 40s, then yeah, 60s are kind of within achievable distance, and yeah, it's not an advanced age. Like, I think the retirement age now is like 68, so like that's not even retirement age anymore.
Yeah, but that's less to do with people living longer and more to do with the economy being trash.
Oh, yeah.
But we won't dwell on that, shall we? The other big piece of news... Oh, we just reached 767k likes.
We have.
I wish that was for our podcast and not for Glitch. But yeah, sorry, I got distracted. Another bit of news, arguably the big news over WrestleMania weekend, is WWE have acquired AAA.
Yeah, so you mentioned this to me while you were here, and while it was new and while it was live.
The funny thing is I less mentioned it to you so much as I was wailing.
Well, yeah, okay. So AAA being one of the other companies, right?
It was arguably the biggest company in Mexico.
Yeah.
And it's one of those... It's a real... Depending on your outlook on wrestling, depends on how good of news this is. If you're a WWE fan, this is great news. If you're a wrestling fan, this is terrible news.
Oh, yeah. If you love the sport, then wail.
Yeah, it's not good. WWE was already pretty big, and they're just getting bigger. You don't want a monopoly in your sport.
No.
They've acquired AAA because Triple H's big vision for the world is to have WWE be a worldwide brand. He wants promotions in each country. What people thought this meant was he was going to make WWE Light country version in other countries. What it turns out he meant is he's going to buy other companies and turn them into WWE Light, which is not good.
Yeah.
Every promotion has its own distinct style. Every country has its own distinct style. What WWE is going to do is it's going to eat up talent from these countries and teach them the WWE style because every other style is wrong.
Yeah.
If you can't see why this would hurt an industry, then I can't help you.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Now, I will point out that AAA has been on sort of dying legs for a while because financially they've been doing dog shit. But that doesn't change the fact that I keep wanting to say WWA. That doesn't change the fact that AAA is an instantly recognizable brand in the world of wrestling. Like, it's prestigious, and that's what counts, and it's just going to go away in favor of being WWE Mexico.
Yeah, it's a sad day for diversity among the sport.
Yeah, it really is. Like, the main reason why TNA and AEW were good things to crop up is you now have an alternative thing to watch if WWE doesn't suit your vision. TNA now has a working relationship with WWE, so that's in a whole muddied water, and AEW is in its own little hellhole, so we'll not touch upon that. Less competition is bad, less diversity is bad. If you can't understand that, as I said before, it's a difficult thing to explain, and it's not something we focus on this podcast. So instead, we're going to move on to the other last piece of wrestling news.
Sure.
WrestleMania 41 happened.
Oh, is this the one where John Cena gets his last win?
Well, it's not his last win. He's still got the rest of the year to fucking do.
Okay.
Anyway, he's a heel. Nobody wants him to win. Yeah, this WrestleMania wasn't good.
Sure. I'm vaguely aware that it happened while you were up here, and that only half of it happened the night that you thought it was all going to happen.
No, I knew it was a 2-night affair.
Okay.
I said the match that I wanted to watch wasn't on night one.
Sure, okay.
Yeah, the match I wanted to watch was the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental title between Bron Breakker, a.k.a. Scott Steiner's nephew, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and Penta. Penta is who I was rooting for because I love Penta and I want him to succeed. Dominic Mysterio won, and Boy, is Dominic Mysterio a good wrestler. He's so hateable.
Sweet.
He is a really good heel, but you watch him in the ring and you're like, fuck me, has he got a babyface moveset? If they ever decide to switch him, he'll be able to do it.
Fair enough.
I just basically want to sing the praises, because the one match I wanted to watch did not disappoint. It was great. Everything else was shit and terrible.
Fair.
A lot of people were disappointed because The Rock didn't show up. I don't care about The Rock. I don't like The Rock. However, he interjected himself in the main event storyline with John Cena and Cody Rhodes like 2 months ago, and then he didn't show up at WrestleMania, and everyone's like, so what the fuck was that about then?
Yeah, fair enough.
Very weird. It's very confusing. Nobody likes The Rock at the moment. So, Rick, with that all out of the way, do you want to tell the audience what we're doing and count us in?
We are watching The Gaslight District by Glitch. It's available on YouTube. 3, 2, 1, and go.
And because I'm sure this will get more episodes in the future, we're watching the pilot.
Yeah.
Now, usually that's not much of a problem, because Glitch tends to just keep things labelled as the pilot, but some things, when they move to the proper show, they change it to... They keep it as pilot, while S1 Episode 1 is a different thing. Looking at you, Helluva Boss.
Yeah, it's a weird one where the Hell of a Boss pilot is kind of hazy feel, broad strokes canon. That stuff probably happened, maybe not exactly that way.
Oh, it's been decanonised, at least as far as Vivzy Pop is concerned.
Yeah.
If this is Never-Ending Life, then I don't want it. Man,
you probably don't have a choice.
This is such a murder drone shot just then.
It reminds me of Adachi's Tokyo.
Okay. Man, thus far it has been a bit stop motion-y, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Is that guy's face bread?
It might be. That looked a bit like a whale. We're seeing a lot of flies.
Well, this is meant to be some form of eternal life, and it's meant to be hellish, so...
Sure.
The Angel Egg Scheme.
The human born of the angel egg.
I wasn't expecting this music.
No, me either.
The Smiling Dead. Okay, yeah, cool. That's a pretty good introduction. Yeah, pretty... Like, we know what these four people are about.
Yeah, so we got the... We've got a bootleg Oogie Boogie. Oh, it is
Bread.
Okay, it is Breadhead.
Although the version we saw in the intro was massive kaiju size, so it might not be the same person.
It might be, nah. Or it might be a kind of like a taxonomy of demon/undead people.
Yeah, so not the same person. Oh, cool, you're a racist. So yeah, that's the character who I saw with a big old Fuda cock. Which makes sense, because out of all the characters we've seen thus far, she is the least horrifying.
Yeah, she's very definitely the most mass market.
So that's brother and sister, eh?
Yeah, apparently. Oh, so he's got a good old Jekyll and Hyde.
Yes, but this has implicitly been caused by a fucking hatchet in the skull.
Yeah.
Ah, the curse of eternal life. That's you do just come back if you die. So good to establish that early. Very jinxy, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some very murder dronesy black black silhouette, white eyes shots.
When I said jinx, I meant arcane, but okay.
Yeah.
Man, that reflection in the eyes was a horrifying shot.
It was, and also incredibly, like, lovingly animated.
Yeah, so unlike anyone else, like, if she's the human, that's implied that she does not have eternal life, so she gets one and done.
Yeah. People die when they are killed.
Thank you. Interesting how they seem to be manual guns when they appear to be Uzis.
So, it's, yeah. So they're going to get eaten by Breadhead.
So if you get eaten, you that cancels the eternal life thing? I'm very confused here, because, again, they just come back when they're killed, so how do you deal with this rat?
I don't know.
Okay, put him in
cement. Okay.
Put him in cement, bottom of the river, eternal life, you keep... That's fucking hell. Wow, that's very charming.
It is, yeah.
That's very oogie boogie.
Like, actually, yeah.
And this isn't the first person they've done this to. So that's how a JoJo villain ended up getting killed. Like, they were unkillable, so they got... I can't remember the exact circumstance, but they were isolated permanently. The too long didn't read, and the end of the manga just says, and then cars just stopped thinking.
Okay. Isn't that how they dealt with Dio at one point? Like,
No, because he didn't stop thinking. He was just... That... It's difficult to explain, and I want to watch the cartoon. I'll put it that way.
Sure.
So it's interesting that they called it a butcher shop, but they're very clearly serving booze as well.
Yeah. It might be because it's a speakeasy.
Yeah, could be. Ugh.
Okay, so Breadhead fills himself up with booze manually.
Makes sense. It's just liquid bread.
Yeah, he doesn't even need to use his mouth.
That's not fucked up, is it?
Yeah.
Did not like that zoom in on the nipple. Yeah, it doesn't matter what universe you're in, doting dad is going to be doting dad.
A little bit.
Ugh. That's a horrible thing to say.
A bit, yeah.
Like, he didn't mean it horribly, he was trying to be it as a compliment, but,
Yeah, also as like a protective thing as well.
Pig Latin doesn't work because everyone knows it. Like, even Marge knows it, so you know it's fucked.
Yeah. If you try it, yeah, you can't even keep it. Marge. I'm sorry. That just really tickled me.
Well, do you remember the episode of The Simpsons where they were doing Piglet in front of her, and Marge is just like, "I was also kids gay ex-bay," but. Not fun.
What?
Yeah, that was very not nice to look at.
Just carrying her off over his shoulder.
Wasn't even over her shoulder, was it? He fucking like a cat.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. That's a pretty good plan. I don't think it'll work, but it's a good plan.
Yeah, it's not the worst. Okay.
Oh, it's the anime thing, gotcha. What was it? Telephone, telegram, telecarry.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the nonchalant fucking manual rotation of the projector.
Yeah, that he's doing it. He's doing it himself for her benefit.
It's quite a serious thing to hold to a pinky promise.
Yeah, a little bit.
I do like these parts that keep propping up. It's a very nice way of... It's not naturally splitting the story. It's a rather unnatural mechanic, but it works weirdly well for this particular show. Paradise Lost, jeez.
Yeah, it's such a cool name as well, though. Like, I do love when Paradise Lost is used as an area.
Ah, so they can choose between crow mode and dog mode. That's a good way to get your subordinates to just be like, I'm never doing my job ever again.
I love that juxtaposition of, like, actively insulting the person, but also, yeah, that's exactly what you need to be. That's exactly what we're expecting. Go ahead.
Oh, it's a good thing there was only 3 guards, eh?
Yeah.
Well, she said
there were exactly 3 guards.
Well, she did say she did her homework. Oh, it's a bread knife too. That's not good. That's deeply upsetting.
She's got a baguette for a tongue.
Wow, that's...
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, well, it was obviously coming.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not happy about it, but she is very pretty.
She is.
But I think she's also only pretty because everyone else is hideous.
That said, she's also kind of, she is very cute as well.
It's the anime eyes.
Yeah. Stairway to Heaven.
Much slower than the Highway to Hell. Fuck that. That's a lot of stairs.
It is. Reminds me of the frickin' stairway in FF7.
That's optional, though.
I know. I thought there was going to be extra content by doing it, and actually, yeah, there is. You get to listen to the characters bitching about it.
I didn't know that stairway was optional, by the way, when I played FF7. So I did it every single time.
Yeah. Yeah. Turns out, after you've done the stairway once, you can just take the lift and not miss anything.
So Butcher has some sort of relationship with a scientist, but we don't know what. The scariest thing about these angel robot guards is they very much have a brain, and they're making a point of showing it to us, so we know they're people.
Yeah, or were.
Well, they're still people. They've got the brain. That's the important bit.
True. Okay, so
yeah.
the one that Mud's shot seems to have already revived.
It doesn't seem to take that long. Or it's almost as if the regeneration process is entirely dependent on what the plot requires.
Yeah. Angel egg.
It does not look delicious. Oh, so that already knows. So, in this universe, Zinch is in control of angels in heaven.
So it would seem.
Ooh. Wow, that was glee right there.
Very visceral. Oh yes, put my hatchet back.
I'm glad they showed that via shadow instead of actual in person, but still horrifying.
I think they gain the power of things that they eat as well, which is why Breadhead's head can fly.
That's very much unconfirmed. Can't all be Quinaquan. Okay, so he appears to be the person he just killed appears to be the person who delivered the human.
Yeah. And appears to have never spoken about it to anybody.
That's what he says. Although it appears that the angels themselves already knew the human existed and was in the wild, because she knows, and she's all-powerful angel lady. You're not actually allowed to be pissed at this when you did it 2 seconds ago.
Yeah. I think he's more annoyed that he's like, shit, yeah, I'm gonna go and help now.
Now we've got the important question of, do angels come back like the others?
Probably.
Suppose it was a bit of a doo-doo of me to assume that was even enough to kill the angel.
Maybe.
Crick rising. Ah, okay.
Okay, so that's how he becomes a kaiju. He just snorts the quickly rising yeast.
Well, not kaiju, just Hulk strength at this point.
Yeah, so this is only Hulk.
So these combat encounters don't have that much consequences for the actual demons. I say demons,
they're
Eternals, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, they're incidental. It's the victory and defeat is entirely temporary.
We call that mania. To the orphanage we go.
Yeah, it's one of those really weird ones where, yeah, it's exactly what she wants, but I can also understand wanting that to never happen to someone that you love.
Yep.
Spike it.
I mean, all we know about the prophecy is the humans meant to destroy the world, so I can understand them why they want to destroy the egg. Now, there is some moral repercussions to this. Regardless of whether or not it was true or not, you'd still have to face the moral conundrum of, is it okay to kill a child that's done nothing?
Yeah. The query is the angel egg fertile?
At this point, they are condemning, technically speaking, an innocent being to death.
Yeah.
Which is morally a bad thing to do. They consider it a gift, do they? Interesting.
Or at least they're framing it that way. Ah, yeah, the good old Oogie Boogie shadow.
It very much is framing this as if she's not going to be able to go through with it. Oh, no!
Okay. Literally a hatching right now. Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Speed run the spiking! Wow, that's adorable.
It's very cute. Pom pom patapon.
Now, bear in mind, if she bleeds in public, everyone's gonna know. Bloody fibbers does not have the same gravitas as liars and cheats.
Yeah, liars, cheats, bloody fibbers.
I don't blame them for not planning for that, but boy, should they have had a contingency.
Yeah.
Wow, this closing shot is incredibly lovely, and I know it's just mirroring the opening one, but still.
I can understand why they left this quote-unquote opening segment to the end.
Well, that implication is that one of those people that's down there in the cement blocks is going to get fished up and spill the beans at some point. Hey, part-time Seagull, good fucking job.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the idea of supporting the show by buying plushies.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah, I completely glossed over the voices there because I'm loving the not-so-subtle symbolism of using roping in and capturing a white whale in this closing artwork.
Yeah, and Breadhead being the white whale itself, yeah.
That didn't appear... No, that looked like just a straight-up white whale just then. I'd have to rewind it, but... Look at this Beelzebub!
Yeah.
With its head full of money?
Breadhead is actually very marketable, to be honest.
Well, yeah... Dude, people went mad a couple of years ago for, like, literal fucking plushies of loaves of bread. Don't know why, but that's the human race. We're weirdos.
Well, people also went nuts for freaking carrot plushies from Lidl.
I'm sorry.
Or Aldi or whatever.
This in-universe fucking emergency announcement is great. Prophetic threat alert is a terrifying thing to read. But yeah, that does it for the very first episode of the Gaslight District. One of the recommended videos is Gaslight District First Impressions, rushed yet riveting. That didn't feel rushed to me as a viewer.
Yeah, Dana Terrace was on the special thanks as well.
She's got her own show in the works that she's working with Glitch with, so
good shit.
Wouldn't be surprised if she provided some like she's part of the Glitch network at this point. Like she's producing her own show with them, so getting a special thanks isn't too surprising, you know. Anyway, I digress. Rick, what did you think?
I loved it. It's now in the Glitch cosmology. Gonna be another one of these things I'm gonna keep up to every episode of as they come out. Where do I put it?
That's what I was going to ask. Where do you put it in relation to Murder Drones and Digital Circus?
Do I put it at the top?
Now, bear in mind, there will be an asterisk here, because this is one standalone pilot episode. Murder Drones is finished and had like 3 seasons, and Amazing Digital Circus is on like episode 6 now, so...
Yeah, based entirely on episode 1s / pilots / openings, I think this is the strongest of the 3. With the obvious asterisk of there's more of the others, so you can enjoy the others more for longer. So yeah, I think this might actually be the strongest of the 3.
Okay. That's a statement on your part.
And this is not to say anything bad about the other 2, which I also really like. How about you? What do you think, and where would you put it?
I thought this was a very good first episode. I will confess, I was expecting it to be more of a comedy and more humorous. That very quickly went out the window, so I'm not too bothered or hung up on that front. The character design and the environments are fucking gorgeous. I really like the art style they've have gone for.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to say, like, I've picked an MVP that's not just the artists, but just in general, like, any one shot of this would make a poster.
Yeah, I've got to agree, really. Any shot that has characters in it, I think the establishing landmark shots, as pretty as they are, I wouldn't have used as a poster personally, but I get the intent behind your words.
Yeah, like any one particular, like, in the olden days when you would be able to buy a film cell, like, any one of them would be, like, a great piece of merch to just have.
I get what you're saying. I think the film shelving is not a good analogy, because that's always just been, no, I want to own a piece of memorabilia from this film. It's not been about which one you get. Like, I own several film cells, and the film cell is very rarely the actual centerpiece. Sorry, I'd say that's wrong. The film cell is the important part, but the entire framing of it is usually more important than the actual cell you get.
Yeah. Which cell it is less important than the fact that you have one.
Yeah. That being said, though, I got a really good fucking cell of Godzilla, so...
Yeah, fair enough.
Not the original one, the fucking legendary Monsterverse one, which is less impressive, but still, it's him charging up his fire breath, which is a pretty baller cell to get, in my opinion.
Sure, sweet.
Anyway, I digress. Yeah, very good. Firmly established the world we're in. The plot was very easy to follow. Comparing it to a different indie show, I think it was miles better than the... I've forgotten what it was. You told me it started as, like, the thesis, and then they turned it into a pilot.
Oh, yeah, the one that we watched a few weeks ago.
I feel redeemed that you also can't remember the name off the top of your head, so we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, top of my head I can't remember. It's the one. There's the one that was like, it was also kind of like a 1920s steampunky one.
I wouldn't call it steampunk.
Oh, no, not steampunky, like noir punk.
I wouldn't go that far either, but it's not the point of the discussion. Point being is that this, as a pilot, this worked better. I think you'll remember my biggest complaint from that pilot that we're referencing was it wasn't a very good pilot, because it was a story and it was told, it was all done. You can't expand upon it. The problem with that pilot is, to make it a show, you'd have to take that pilot and extend it over 12 episodes.
Yeah, the one with Baby Maggot, and the whole thing was sorted out by the end of the show.
Exactly, and because of the way the pilot ended, it gives away the twist of what the ending would have been for the series.
Yeah, totally.
But, whatever, I digress. Very good show. I'm looking forward to seeing more. As far as where I'd put it, concerning the two glitch works we've worked in the channel, I would honestly put it in the middle, because I wasn't a big fan of Murder Drones from the pilot. I've aired my grievances with that show.
Sure.
Amazing Digital Circus is much more of a comedy series.
Yeah, like, I think Digital Circus, I think it needed more episodes to, mature the feel of it, in my opinion.
You're entitled to that opinion, but I didn't get that at all.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, it very much established what the tone was going to be. It was existential horror, but funny.
Yeah.
Funny and lighthearted. Like, children can watch Digital Circus.
And they do.
Yeah. But yeah, Digital Circus I think I'd rank above this, but not because of the art or animation or anything like that. Like, this show was stellar. I just prefer the tone of Digital Circus. It's literally just a tonal thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get to our usual wind down, shall we, Rick? Do you have a standout favourite moment?
I think it was just in general the car chase at the beginning, where it was like giving us the establishing shots of the main cast, and then the first time we got to see Dad's tonal shift as you saw the axe in his head change his opinion mid-thought.
Yeah, they actually visualised that his brain is split 50-50, and the fact that they've got the meat cleaver in the middle of his head having an actual outward... This is why his brain is in two halves, because he's literally... his head has been split in half.
Yeah, and he even puts it back when it comes out. Like, I thought that was a really cute way of, visualising that and, communicating it.
Well, that's the big downside of this eternal life, is what we've seen very early on, is, yes, you come back after dying, but your body is permanently changed for it.
Yeah, totally. But yes, that's my favourite moment. How about you? Do you have a favourite moment?
My favourite moment wasn't too long after that. It was when Papa was talking to our main character and telling her that, this one couldn't be helped. You just happened to bleed in front of him. But what could have been helped is the time before, when you just told someone and then he told 4 other people.
Yeah. Yep. I'll tell a friend, tell a gram, tell a Gary.
Like, there was a lot of eyeballs in the war Underwater when they cemented the rat, and you got to question how much of that is just from people discovering the humanity of our main character, and how much of that is just these guys are not good people.
Yeah, they're bad at keeping secrets. They appear to have done a decent job so far.
Oh, yes, certainly.
Yeah. A good job overall, but a bad job on the personal level.
But we can't only talk about the good, can we? We also have to talk about the bad. So, Rick, do you have a weakest link today?
I guess it was... I don't know. There's a downside to immortality in that when you have no stakes, like, the only person who really has any stakes is Mel.
Yeah, but she's also a main character, so...
Yeah, so it goes double bad. That, like, there can never be any stakes because you can get as violent and as existentially, like, dark as you want, but, like, there's always a way for things to come back. So there's kind of a tonal fail in one of those too bleak couldn't care moments, but also that when there's no stakes, there's kind of not a great deal of point in keeping on watching.
I completely disagree with you on the no stakes front, because when I'm saying that she's our main character, I mean she is our stakes. All the characters around her have to do is let their guard down a little bit and something can happen to her. Like, they've very much brought up the fact that everyone else is grossly disfigured because of the amount of times they failed, but for Mel, that's not an option.
Yeah, but by the same token, we know that she's gonna, not be completely destroyed immediately.
But she doesn't have to be destroyed. You can suffer mental damage, and as we can also see, there are ways to get around the immortality thing. It's the first thing they showed us.
Yeah, you can get rid of a person by putting them somewhere where it doesn't matter how long they take to die. They just are there.
I also want to point out how horrifying it is that you're just going to be drowning over and over again for the rest of your life.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely.
You can't talk. You're trapped in your own head as well. You can't talk underwater.
How about you? Do you have a weakest link?
Oh, my weakest link is entirely on me, and that is based on Glitch's prior works and the art style that I saw going in. I generally thought this was going to be a lot more light-hearted with, like, macabre humour, and that's not really what we got. Now, that's entirely a failing on me, and I very quickly fixed my mindset about 5 minutes into the show, where I was like, okay, that's not what this is about, and I rolled with it, and it's absolutely fine. But I would say that perhaps the marketing could have done a better job on that front.
Yeah, fair enough. I get you.
But that's by no means a fault of the show either. Like, it was advertised to people who are fans of Glitch. At least that's how I stumbled upon it, and that's how it came across to me. So again, I'd say a 50-50 split of the blame there.
Yeah, totally.
But let's get down to the important moments, shall we, Rick? Who are we going to claim to be MVP today?
With the caveat of that, I thought that the animation was absolutely fantastic, and I love the art style. I'm giving it specifically to Alana Fitzgerald. She was Mel's voice actress, and I just, like, certain moments, I could just really appreciate the life that she was giving to the character.
How dreadfully ironic.
Yeah, life giving to a character in a world full of undead. Yes, but yeah, I'm giving it to her for today. How about you? Do you have an MVP?
Yeah, I'm giving the MVP award to Mel because she is just adorable in every sense of the word. Like, her character design is very pretty. Her voice is borderline angelic, even when she's being a foul-mouthed little fuck.
Oh yeah, that's kind of, I guess that's kind of the point to me as well. Like, it's just kind of there's an addictive quality to a voice like that, you know?
She's also the reason why I disagree so heavily with your statement of no stakes, because I don't want this... I want to say she's a teenager, but she could easily be like 25. I don't want anything bad to happen to her.
Yeah, I don't want anything bad to happen to my cinnamon bun.
She's not even a cinnamon bun, though. Like, she is as nasty as the world around her. She's just had the luxury of being a bit protected by her found family.
Yeah, it's one of those where, yeah, she can kind of give as good as she gets, except she definitely gives way better than she can take, because she's the only one who's not immortal.
Yeah. Or so we've been led to believe thus far, and if it turns out that no, she's been undead the entire time and it was all a red herring, that is shitty writing.
Yeah.
So we'll hope that's not the direction it goes. And that brings us to a close today on the Gaslight District. Both very high praise from both Rick and I, which isn't uncommon for indie shows.
Yeah, we don't try to be a one-trick pony when it comes to this. dislike. I don't think we've enjoyed every single indie show that we've seen, but I don't think we've disliked many of them.
I give indie shows a lot of slack.
Yes, yeah, totally.
And usually my biggest gripe isn't the artwork or the love that's gone into the work. It's you wrap the plot up in the pilot. What do you want?
Yeah, where do you go from here? Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. I won't give shit to another show on this glorious show's episode. Gaslight District, watch it.
Yeah.
We're not going to treat this like the Earth Guy, I think. I don't think we're going to watch every episode as it comes out for the channel. But we'll probably discuss it when new episodes come out.
Similar to how we do Digital Circus and stuff like that.
And Haluva Boss, which granted is on hiatus at the moment because we're between series.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, we've waffled on enough for that. Let us know in the comment section down below what you thought of the Gaslight District, whether that be good or bad. Do you disagree with our thoughts? Did we miss stuff? We miss stuff sometimes when we watch shows. We are talking over them, and if it's our first time watching them, then we're gonna miss shit because we're splitting our attention.
Yeah, the really annoying thing is when you miss something in the first couple of moments, and then it becomes something that you just completely missed entirely for the entire episode, and it changes your interpretation of the entire episode. And I'm totally guilty of that on at least one occasion.
I don't think we've done that. What are you on about?
Oh, I can't think of anything in particular, but yeah, it's like my for instance, we got a comment about me thinking my thoughts about Beastars, for instance, that it didn't need to be animals based on what happened in the first episode outside of the initial conflict, which didn't really factor into the first episode that much.
Didn't I shout at you for that in the episode for saying, yeah, but then it wouldn't be the furry show, Rick?
Yeah.
Why are they animals? Because people wanted to draw animals. What do you want from them? But yes, also let us know of any new indie shows that are coming out. Rick and I are pretty on the pulse, at least we feel like it, when it comes to the indie animation scene, but we are by no means excellent at keeping track of everything. So please do keep us in the loop when it comes to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other than that, as I said, you've got the comment section down below on YouTube and Spotify for that. No one ever comments on Spotify, don't know why it's a feature. Rick, where else can they send us messages?
You can send an email to nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Absolutely, we're looking forward to hearing from you. If you're witty, funny, or just informative, we'll probably read your comment out on a future episode. But apart from that, you've got May to look forward to next week when we take a journey to space.
Bye-bye, everybody.